This is Chris, strat-o-matic, Delaware. Wait a minute or so for everybody to come into the chat. But we have got for you this evening dead ball doubleheader. That's right, the 1909 Chicago White Sox are visiting Wrigley, well, not Wrigley Field yet, wherever the Cubs are playing. 1906 Chicago Cubs, so it's going to be a Chicago slugfest. Doubleheader. And I think we're just going to get started with this, and I didn't make up the other side of the sheet, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. There's going to be a little break in between the game, but that's just the way it's going to have to be. Let's bust this one out. Eddie Collins leading off. Fister, that's going to be a fly ball left field. Will be checkered at a 1 with a 17, and that will be an out. One away. Bucky Weaver. Get out of there. 6, 7. Catches a single split. Joe Jackson. Man on first. 3-11. Grounder to third. Catches Weaver going to second. Fielder's choice for Jackson. 2 outs. Chick Gandil at the plate. The pitch from Jack Fister on the hill for the Cubs. 6, 7, and another single split. Gets Jackson to second. Nemo Leibold, right fielder. 1-9. Single for Leibold. Jackson is going to try to score 1-14. He makes it. That's a run for the White Sox. RBI single for Nemo Leibold, 2 out, top of the first. Hap Phelps, 5-9, and that will be a ground to short. Tinker is a 2 with a 1. That's going to be a single. 1 base single. It gets through. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Ray Shaw, catcher. Fister needs to make something happen. Pops it up to third. That will be the end of the top of the first. 1 run for the White Sox. Go to the bottom of the inning. On the hill for the White Sox will be Eddie Shee-Car-Go. The knuckleballer. Johnny Evers will be leading off for the Cubs. 1-6, grounder to third. That's 1 away. Chance, first baseman. 6-5. The line's out to short. Risberg all over that one. That is 2 away. Harry Steinfeld, right field, or third baseman rather. 3-6, and laces a single. So that is 2 away. Eddie Shee-Car-Go. Man on first, 6-8. Fly ball to center, ends it. So after 1, it is 1-0 Chicago White Sox. Fister back on the mound for the Cubbies. I'll put it about there. I'm thinking is right. Risberg will be leading off for the White Sox. You can see it good. 5-4. And Risberg leads off with a triple to go with his league-leading 2 home runs so far this season. Shee-Car-Go, 3-4, strikeout. 1 away. Brings up Eddie Collins. Got to bring him in. 4-6, grounder to second. Johnny Evers is a 1 with a 3. And that will be an out. Risberg's going to hold. Three, completion. No, that says runner advances. Lo siento. RBI for Eddie Collins. Risberg scores 2-0. Bucky Weaver, 3-7. Pops out to third in the inning. However, the White Sox played another run. So we go to the bottom of 2. No one in the chat yet, but there'll be plenty to talk about when someone gets in there. We have Jimmy Sheckard, left fielder. Seacott with the pitch. 6-10, fly to center, 1 away. Johnny Kling, catcher. That's a cocked 4. Roll it again. 5-11. Catcher's card X. Shocks a 1 with a 7. That will be out on a dribbler. We'll call that a 2-3. 2 away. Jimmy Schlegel. 3-9, grounds to short. Risberg to Gandil. And that's going to end second inning. White Sox are ahead of the Cubs, 2-0. Top of the 3rd, Eddie Seacott. Forgot I wanted to time this. All righty, Jack Pfister on the hill for the Cubs. Sweet Risberg is not leading off. How did he get there? I put him in the wrong order. That's okay. That's why we have score sheets. Shoeless Joe leading off the inning. 4-9, grounder to second, 1 away. Chick Gandil, first base, 4th in the order. 1 out, top of the 3rd, 6-2, grounder back to the box. Pfister over to Chance. That's 2 down. We go to Nemo Leibold, right fielder, 3-8, and that will be a fly ball to right. White Sox are set down in order. Bottom of the 3rd, Eddie Seacott back on the hill for the White Sox, and Joe Tinker will be leading off, 8th in the order. Near 112, fly to right plus injury. He's out for the series. J series, my bottom of 3. I need another shortstop for Chicago, so give me just a moment. Who do we have? We have not much of anybody. Oh, geez. Let me make an exception to the injury rule here. Now, Solly Hoffman, he's carded at a 4. All right. They were trying to hide it on me. Okay, Solly Hoffman comes in for Joe Tinker. Hoffman, shortstop. I'm going to say he cannot get injured because there are no other carded shortstops, and there aren't that many players to begin with. All right, so he is not at bat. We go to Pfister, Jack Pfister, 6-7 will be a ground to short. Risberg's a 2 within 11. That's going to be an out. 6-3 brings us back to the top of the order, Johnny Evers. And there is Al, doing well, my friend. How are you this evening? Good to see you, Al, Red Sox fan. 3-4 pops up to second. That will end the 3rd. 2-0 is your score. White Sox over the Cubs. Little plug for a channel. Al, Red Sox fan, good friend of the channel. Been with me through thick and thin. Check him out. He's got a lot of great PC replays centered around his beloved Red Sox. Strat, action, diamond mine, baseball mogul, you name it, he's throwing it out there. Stephen Conrad, good evening to you, sir. Check out our Red Sox fans channel, subscribe to him. And another young man who is in the chat this evening, Stephen Conrad, 0244. Huge Rockies fan, a little bit of strat cards and dice going on out there in the western part of the country. Fantastic play-by-play for such a young player. Really just check out his channels. He's got some real fun play-by-play going. Stephen Conrad, 0244. Jerry Ball in the room. Guys, how's it going? We are going to try to move things along because I forgot to make out the second side of my doubleheader sheet. So it's going to take some time in the middle of the video. Felsch, 4-10, grounder to third. That will be Steinfeld at a 2-7. Steinfeld scoops it up, gets it over to Chance. That's one away. Ray Shaw, catcher. 1-6, grounds it hard to Steinfeld. Back to Chance. That's out number 2. Swede Risberg, shortstop, 8th in the order. Tripled his last time up, 2-7, and just missed doing it again, but he is on with a 2-out single. And that'll bring up Eddie Seacott, 2 outs, 3-8, goes down, swinging at the knee cheese. So that is going to make us go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-0 White Sox. All righty. Eddie Seacott on the hill for the White Sox. Second in the order, Frank Chance, first baseman, leading off. Bottom of the 4th, down 2. The Cubs are 3-7, and Chance leads things out with a walk. Chance with a double-A. Shock is a 1, so that takes him to 113 stealing, and I think he's going to try it anyway. And he gets it with a 7. Stolen base, Frank Chance. Steinfeld is on 327 average. He's going to swing with no one on first. Seacott with the pitch, 5-11. Catcher's card. Shock's a 1 with a 7. And that is out on a dribbler. Runners advance a base, so 1 away. Shock to Gandil. That'll bring up Frank Schultz, right fielder. Man on third. Let's just do this. 4-9. Strikeout. Eddie Seacott. Knuckleball does what it wants to. 2 away. Jimmy Sheckard, left fielder. And 6-9 fly to center, and Seacott gets out of a jam. We go to the top of the 5th inning, 2-0 White Sox. All righty. Top of the 5th, Jack Pfister on the hill for the Cubs. Bucky Weaver is not leading off. Got him out of order somehow. There we go. Eddie Collins. Put an extra card on the bottom. Top of the order, second baseman. The Professor is leading it off. 2-9 with a single. Leadoff single for Eddie Collins. And Eddie Collins, Kling is going to hold him, takes him to a 1-13. He's going for second, double-A rating. 14 thrown out. Goodness, here we go. Bucky Weaver, he doesn't like that one. 2-12 flies to right for out number 2. He didn't like that even less. Joe Jackson, 2 down. And good thing we're not a DH league, but it is a ground ball back to the box. Pfister to Chance. Out number 3. Go to the bottom of the 5th. All righty. Yes, go Astros. Heck with the Yankees. All righty. Johnny Kling to lead off. Catcher, 6th in the order against Eddie Seacott. Bottom of the 5th. 6-7. That will be ground to short. Risberg is a 2-11, and he scoops it up, gets it over to Gandil for out number 1. Yeah. Jimmy Slagle. 4-8, and catches a skinny single split on top. So Slagle is on base. Gets the base knock. Sully Hoffman, his first at bat. And cocked 5. Roll it again. 3-7. Grounder to third. That'll get Slagle going to second. Fielder's choice for Sully Hoffman. 2 outs. Brings up Pfister. 2-3 fouls out. To end the inning after 5, White Sox are up by 2. It's good to see you guys in the chat this evening. Figured I'd get a doubleheader in, then I've got to get gear ready for a practice event we have with our radio group tomorrow. It's called Apple Scrapple, and it's down here in Bridgeville, Delaware. You guys might check it out. And we just support county officials with radio communications. I'm an amateur radio operator, by the way, K3WAL. I do ham radio. And this is a practice thing, so that way if anything happens and shelters need to be opened by the county, we are ready to go. We know what we're doing, and we don't have mistakes making communications. So back to the game. First out, Chick Gandil flies to center. Nemo Leibold, 3-6 against Jack Pfister. Ground to short. Tinker to chance. That is 2 away. Brings up Hap Felsch. 2 outs. 1-2. Back to the box. Pfister to chance. A lot of shots coming back to the hill. The pitchers are responding. That is 1-2-3 White Sox. We get to the bottom of the 6th inning. Ham radio is awesome, Jerry. I just wish I had something other than VHF. But I get to get on there and chew the rag with folks every now and again. I enjoy it. I really do. Johnny Evers. Here we go. 4-7 lead off batter, leading off bottom of the 6th. That will be a grounder to second. Collins is a 1 with a 1. That'll be an out over to Gandil. Frank Chance, first baseman. 6-7, grounder to short. Risberg's a 2 with a 17. That's happening a lot. That's 6-7 over there, and Risberg standing up every time with the defensive checks. Over to Gandil for 2 out. Harry Steinfeld, third baseman, 5-7, and pops a 2-out single. His second base hit of the game. Frank Schultz comes up right fielder, 4th in the order. 2-9, another single. Steinfeld is headed for third with a 115 and 16. He is thrown out. We'll call that a 7. Yeah, we'll call that a... Nah, it wouldn't have been left field, so we'll call it an 8-5. All righty, that will end the inning. Go to the top of the 7th. White Sox still holding that 2-run lead. Me, I've got a Yaesu in the Bronco, Jerry, and I've got a couple of handheld HTs that I use for events. Plain old Baofeng UV5RAs. And I'll tell you what, I've had one for 1.5 years. The suckers are great, man. They do the job well with about a 16-inch whip antenna. Very seldom do I need a relay. I don't think I've needed a relay yet. Swede Risberg, 5-6. Strikeout against Pfister. It's not Risberg, it's Shock. Ah, geez. Why do I keep missing batters? Well, it's still a strikeout. Doesn't matter. All right, Swede Risberg. Yeah, Jerry and I just talking some ham radio there. 4-5 left field. Fly ball, out number 2 for Risberg. By the way, I just got to 200 subs this evening. So you guys keep in mind some questions you want. I'll start just at any point. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. Make a comment. I'm going to make an announcement. I want to do another Q&A kind of thing. Probably next weekend, perhaps. So I'll do a little announcement for it and look for that video. Make comments in the video, questions you'd like to have answered. We'll do like we did a couple of months ago. But yeah, just got to 200 tonight. 2 outs, Seacott, 2-8, and that's going to be a strikeout to end the top of the 7th inning. You all know what that means. Me at the old ball game. So if you ever see me typing that out at somebody else's live stream, you know what I'm doing at heart. Jimmy Sheckard, right fielder, leading off bottom of the 7th. For the Cubbies, 6-8, fly to center. 1 away. Eddie Seacott's not letting this one go. Johnny Kling grounded to catcher with a dribbler, grounded to short, and now lined out to short for out number 2. Jimmy Slagle singled his last time, up 1 for 2. Eddie Seacott with the pitch, 111. Lines hard to short, and that will end the inning. We go to the top of the 8th. Your score, 1919 Chicago White Sox, 2. 1906 Chicago Cubs, 0. The White Sox are 4-2 so far in this young season. The Cubs are 2-2. Had an off series in the middle of the week last week. Eddie Collins facing Jack Pfister. Both pitchers are going the distance thus far. No need to change it. 2-9er, and that will be a triple for Eddie Collins, a leadoff triple. Bucky Weaver, infield in. He's going to put the squeeze. A 5. That might be good. A 5. Batter thrown out by first baseman, runners advance. Let's make sure with the infield in. Ground balls found there. Ground balls on the X chart. No, squeeze. That's it. Bucky Weaver. And that was a 5. That was to the first baseman. We'll call that Chance Evers' sack. RBI on the sacrifice bunt, the squeeze play. 3-0 White Sox. Jack Pfister still on the mound. Only 3 runs given up, and there's a single by Shoeless Joe Jackson. Chick Gandil comes up. He's getting looked at really hard. 2-10. Another single by Chick Gandil. Joe Jackson at second, and with a 114, Joe Jackson at third. And that might be it for Pfister. 1 out, top of the 8th. Is it? Let him go. Ah, do ya? Jeez. I leave pitchers in too long. Nope, take Pfister out. All right. I leave pitchers in way too long thinking they can battle through it. But no, we need to change it up. That's a realistic result. 7.1 innings for Pfister. Let me get a replacement, and we shall continue. BJ, how's it going, Mr. Wanlin? Nice to see you. Nice to see you in the chat this evening. Hope all is well. We're going to go with Carl Lundgren. Let's see. See if Lundgren can get him out of the jam. Nemo Leibold, men at the corners, 1 out, top of the 8th. Infield in, pitch to Leibold, 6-7, and there's a walk. Probably not the most horrible kind of strategies. Something that, I don't know, yours truly might come up with on purpose. Hap Felsch, bases loaded. Infield in, 6-7, and Lundgren walks in a run. It is Pfister's run, but he walks him in. Ray Schock, 1 out, bases loaded. No infield in this time, I don't think. 5-10, and misses the huge home run, but gets an equally huge double. That will bring in 2 runs. Chick Gandil scores. Nemo Leibold scores. Hap Felsch, a 115, scoring from first. Roll to 12, 3 RBI, base clearing, a double for Ray Schock, the catcher. White Sox go up 7-0. Carl Lundgren. Your Cubbies needed you to be good. Sweet Risberg, man on second. 1-5, grounds to third. That'll be 5-3, and Schock gets to third base. Does he, just to make sure? I know he does. Nope, runners hold. We'll scratch it out if he's not there. 2 outs. Eddie Seacott. 5-4, fly ball to right. That'll end the inning. So let us Get rid of that. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. White Sox with a huge 8th inning. All righty. Outside of Philly. Well, you're in my neck of the woods there, BJ. You'll have to get up and roll sometime. Solly Hoffman, 8th in the order, facing Shee-Car. 6-10, flies to center, out number 1. And I do believe we're going to pinch hit for Lundgren. Got to make something happen there. And Doc Gessler is going to come in. Let's write him in. Gessler. Pinch hit. 14B. Lundgren comes out. There we go. 1 out. Bottom of the 8th. 4-3. Fly to left. That's going to be Jackson at a 1 with an 11. That's an easy out for Shoeless Joe. Out number 2. Johnny Evers, leadoff batter, 3-7. 2 out single. Bottom of the 8th. Down 7 runs. Shee-Car working on a shutout. Frank Chance, 1-11. Grounder to second to end the inning. Collins Gandil, no problem. No runs. Didn't do that right. 5. No runs scored there. We go to the top of the 9th. And the White Sox. Kind of impressive. I didn't show you any of that stuff. Let's look at the scoring. I keep forgetting to slide it up occasionally. Hoffman flew to center. Gessler pinch hit. Flew to left. Johnny Evers singled. Frank Chance 4-3 to end the inning. Yeah, Collins isn't pitching. We need a new pitcher for the Cubs. And they're going to call on Jack Harper. All right, Eddie Collins leading off. Let's write Harper in, shall we? Eddie Collins. Harper with the pitch. 1-7 is a grounder to first. 3-4. Chance Evers covering on the play. 1 away. Bucky Weaver. 4-11. Grounder to short. Hoffman is a 4 with a 20. That's an out. Hoffman with the good play. Shoeless Joe, 2 outs. Top of the 9th. 7-run lead. 3-5. That's a triple for Shoeless Joe Jackson. Not a matter of running up the score. Shoeless Joe is just that good. Chick Gandil. 5-11 strikeout. Strands Jackson on third. But after that 5-run 8th inning, rather insurmountable lead, I would think. Cubbies come up. Eddie Shee-Car on the hill. Third batter in the order, Harry Steinfeld, third baseman, is leading off the inning. Here's Shee-Car with the pitch. 4-4 will be a strikeout of Steinfeld. That'll take us to Frank Schultz, right fielder. 1 away. 2-6, a single for Schultz. Shee-Car on the mound. Jimmy Sheckard. 4-12, grounder to short. Risberg is a 2 with a 4, and that will be an out. And that is runners advance a base. So that will be 6-3. Schultz makes it to second. 2 outs. This is it right here. Shee-Car gets a signal in from Ray Schalk. He likes what he sees. Glances back to second, trying to keep Schultz from getting too big of a lead. Johnny Kling at the plate. Here's the pitch. 2-7, and a hard rapid. Bucky Weaver scoops it up over to Chick Gandil, and that is out number 3. Game is over. Eddie Shee-Car with the complete game shutout. 7-0 over the Cubs. Arg. Let me do some real quick here. You go there. You go there. You go there. You go there. So we're going to try to blast some stats, get the second side of the score sheet going, and get rolling as quickly as possible. So for that reason, I will forego being in the chat too awful much in between games. I apologize for that, but I started the stream a little prematurely. Not that I've ever been known to do anything like that, right? Okay, so let's see what the stat man has for us. We all love our stats. That's why we do this. Okay. And as I'm doing this, we'll take votes for player of the game. But right off the bat, I'm going for Eddie Shee-Car-Go for shutting out the 06 Cubs. Yeah, I don't think we even need to worry about it. But as we go, if you see someone who merits a vote, throw it in there. We got Eddie Collins. 2 for 5, run, batted in, triple, caught stealing. We have Bucky Weaver, 1 for 4, run, batted in, sacrifice, hit. Shoeless Joe, 2 for 5, 2 runs, a triple. Chick Gandil, 2 for 5, run scored, strikeout. We have Nemo Leibold, 1 for 3, run scored, run batted in, a walk. Hap Felsch, 1 for 3, run scored, run batted in, and a walk. Ray Schalk, 1 for 4, 3 runs batted in, double, strikeout. Swede Risberg, 2 for 4, run scored, and a triple. Eddie Shee-Car-Go, 0 for 4. KKK. All right, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hits for Chicago. All lumped up right there in the 8th. Dear Ness, nothing stopped them. Let's go with the Cubs. Yeah, the White Sox, rather. I apologize. They're both Chicago. And that's 9. That's a win. Complete game. Shutout for Shee-Car-Go. Loss for Fister. 0.2 for Lundgren. 1.0 for Harper. Okay. Johnny Evers, 1 for 4. Frank Chance, 0 for 3. Stolen base. Walk. Steinfeld, 2 for 4. Strikeout. Schultz, 2 for 4, strikeout. 0 for 4, Jimmy Sheckard. 0 for 4, Johnny Kling. 1 for 3, Jimmy Slagle with a single. 0 for 1, Joey Tinker. 0 for 2, Sully Hoffman. Jack Fister, 0 for 2. Doc Gessler, 0 for 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits for the Cubs, which means Shee-Car-Go, 6 hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, of course, no homers, and no homers given up by any of the Cubs pitchers either. 1 hit by Harper, 1 strikeout by Harper. Lundgren gave up 1 hit, 2 walks. He gave up 4 runs. 2 of them were earned. No strikeouts. Fister. So that means he gave up 10 hits. He gave up 3 runs. 5 were earned. 1, 2 walks. He did not walk any batters. 1, 2, 5 team strikeouts. So he struck out 4. Eddie Shee-Car-Go 3 times. Yeah, Shee-Car-Go, definitely. All the way. Eddie Shee-Car-Go. I agree. Steven, Al, everybody. Yep. Eddie Shee-Car-Go gets player of the game for that one. Player of the game. Eddie Shee-Car-Go. Final score, game 1. White Sox 7, Cubs 0. So, guys, chat for a second. I'm going to try to get this up as quick as I can. All right. We've got who? Come on. Collins, Weaver, Jackson, Gandol, Leibold, Felsch, da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da, Schalk, Risberg. Lefty Williams will be starting for the White Sox in Game 2. Williams. Pitcher 2, 10E. Collins, second base 1. Weaver, third base 2. Jackson, left field 1. Gandol, first base 1. Leibold, right field, not sure. Felsch, center field 1. Schalk, catcher 1. Shortstop Risberg 2. I know my White Sox. Leibold, right field 2. Running 17, 16, 14, 12. 17, 16, 14, 12, 15, 15, 12, 14. Jackson's a C, 4 B's. A. Collins just an, my mistake. Collins is just an A. Well, he was thrown out anyway, so it's not like we gave him something he didn't deserve. Let's see. 19, Chicago, who is now 5-2. The White Sox. 06, Chicago Cubs are now 2-3. Let me get the Cubs lineup down. We'll get pitchers' cards out, and we will hit this running. Chance Steinfeld. Who's else? Schultz, Sheckard, Kling, Schlegel. Schultz, Sheckard, Kling, Schlegel, Hoffman. And on the mound in the second game is going to be Jack Taylor, which is the 6th game of their season. So he's the 3rd starter. Taylor, pitcher 2, 10E. So let's see. Second base, first base, third base. We know catcher, left field, shortstop. Schultz and Sheckard, right and left. Schlegel, center. We'll make that little LSC. What was it? Right and left. All right, let's see what we got here. I want to be able to squeeze this in good. 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 4. 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 4. Games coming right up, guys. At least you get to see me set up scorecards, so that's cool. Something different. 17, 17, 16, 15, 17, 17, 15, 16, 16, 12, 16, 17, 17, 15, 16, 16, 12, 16. Hoffman is a 15A. Kling's a B. 15A, A, B. These are double A's up here. A, couple of cards. And, guys, we're rolling. Thanks for your patience. All right. Jack Taylor will be pitching for the Cubs, and a number 3 batting card is used in the Cubs lineup. Pitching for the White Sox is Lefty Williams, and they use a number 2 on his. Ladies and gentlemen, Game 2. Here we go. Jerry will be right back. Okay. Lefty Williams, nope, Jack Taylor on the hill for the Cubs. White Sox starting Game 2. Here we go. Eddie Collins leading off. 5-5. Fly ball to right, out number 1. Bucky Weaver, third baseman. For 7, single for the Buck. Buckster, Bucky Weaver, single. Shoeless Joe Jackson, man on first. Bucky Weaver is an A Steeler. They're going to hold him. Kling's going to hold him, so that takes him to a 111. Nope, Jackson's going to swing away. 2-6, draws a walk. Men at first and second, 1 out. Taylor facing Chick Gandil. Chick Gandil, 290, is going to lay down the bunt. 7 will work. Batter thrown out by first baseman, so we'll call that a 3-4 sack. And gets the job done. 2 outs, 2 men in scoring position. Right fielder Nemo Leibold against Jack Taylor. 4-2, draws a walk to load the bases, which brings up Hap Felsch. All righty. 3-5, and Taylor walks in a run. Walks 3 out of 4 batters. White Sox on the board early again. Ray Schalk, 2 outs. Taylor just needs an out to stop the punishment, and a 2-star single for Schalk. 2 RBI single for Schalk. Jackson scores. Leibold scores. That will put Hap Felsch on third base, and the White Sox are going again. Swede Risberg, 2 outs. Man at the corners, top of the first. 1-9 as a single for Swede Risberg. RBI single for Risberg. Sends Schalk to second, where he will stay. 2 outs. Lefty Williams gets to bat in the first inning. 3-10. Grounder to short will end the inning. The White Sox, that's not a statement. That's a manifesto. 4-0 going to the bottom of the first. They bat through the order. Craziness, I tell you, craziness. Lefty Williams. I'd say we did a pretty quick turnaround for game 2. I don't like to get in the habit of that. It's still dead air space, more or less, but I'm pleased we're rolling along. 5-9, Johnny Evers leading off against Lefty Williams, flies out to center. That is 1 away. Frank Chance, first baseman, second inning order. Bottom of the first, 3-9, and that will be just misses a single split. Liner to second. Collins, his glove all over that one. Harry Steinfeld, third baseman, third in the order. 2 outs, bottom of the first, 5-9. Fly ball to center field. Felsch is underneath it. Breadbasket catch. That is out number 3. 4-0 after 1. The Strat Bug, he came to visit me tonight. How you doing, buddy? The Strat Bug came to the game. Eddie Collins, leadoff batter, leading off the second inning. Pardon, guys. Got to take this. Hello. Hi. Yes. Okay, no problem. Yeah, I'm home. Door's open. Love. Okay. I love you, little girl. Bye-bye. All right, sorry about that. 21-year-old daughter checking in. All righty. So Eddie Collins, what did he just do? I rolled. I have no idea. Can someone tell me what he did? I keep forgetting the cocky nickname, Jerry. Definitely. Can someone tell me what he just did? He rolled. I picked up the dice. I don't remember. Or did I roll the dice for Collins? Someone tell me, please. Oh, dear. I don't remember. Did not roll yet. Thank you. Collins, 6-5. And leads off with a single. Yeah, that's right. I put the dice down to get the phone call. Thank you. Bucky Weaver, man on first, 5-4. Fly ball to center field X. That will be Jimmy Schlegel with a 2-18. Makes the catch. And that'll hold Collins at first. One away, Joe Jackson. They're going to hold Collins. Jackson is swinging away. 4-5. Draws a walk. This look familiar to any of you guys? Geez. Here we go. Chick Gandil. Men at first and second. He's going to lay down the bunt. Is he? He did last time. He's going to swing away. 1-9. Grounder to short. Ends the inning. Double up on Shoeless Joe. 6-4-3. That 9 now laying down the bunt wouldn't have done any good anyway. All right. White Sox score nothing. Go to the bottom of the second inning. Cubbies are looking for some payback, but you're not having much luck making it happen, that's for sure. Frank Schultz, right fielder, leading off the second inning for the Cubs, 1-7. And it's a long fly ball back to center field. Felsch is back to the right center wall. So is Nemo Leibold. It is over the wall. Home run, Frank Schultz. Solo shot to lead off the second inning, and the Cubs are on the board. Their first score, their first run of this series. Jimmy Sheckard, left fielder. 1-9 from Williams, grounds it hard to Collins. Over to Gandil, out number 1. Johnny Kling, catcher, 6-6. Pops it up to first. That's 2 away. Gandil underneath it, make an easy play. Jimmy Schlegel, center fielder. 3-5, the pitch from Williams, hard grounder to Bucky Weaver, gets it over to Chick Gandil. That is out number 3, but the Cubbies do put a little blemish. Lefty Williams runs allowed statistic, but that's all right. It's a 4-1 ball game. We go to the top of the third. Jack Taylor on the hill for the Cubs. Nemo Leibold. At the plate for the White Sox. 4-9. Grounder to second. That's 1 away. Yeah, that's doable. It's close. Just wanted to make sure everything was lined up. Been a while since I looked. Hap Felsch. 1 away. Top of the third. 2-7. Grounder to short. Hoffman to Chance. That is 2 out. Ray Shaw, catcher. 4-10, grounder to third will be Steinfeld with a 2 and a 10, and he makes an error. Steinfeld with an error. E5. Tried to throw it, lost grip of the ball, picked it up, not a chance to get over. 2 chance for the play. That's a fielding error on Harry Steinfeld. 2 outs. Schalk on first. Swede Risberg. 2-8. Hard grounder to Hoffman. Over to Chance, out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the third inning. The White Sox have already gone through the batting order twice, more or less. Lefty Williams, who will lead off the next inning for the White Sox. On the hill for the White Sox, Solly Hoffman, replacement shortstop. Leading off bottom of the third, 6-9 single. Leadoff single for Solly Hoffman. Trying to get things going. Brings us to Jack Taylor. He's going to lay down the bunt with a 5. That is good. Back to the box. Charging is Williams. No chance to get Hoffman going to second. Gets it over to Gandil. Gets it over to Collins covering. Sorry. But good enough to get Hoffman moved around the bases to second. Johnny Evers. 4-5 grounder to second. Hoffman holds. 2 away. Frank Chance. 1-10 pops it up behind short. Risberg's underneath it. That is out number 3. No runs scored for the Cubs. That will take us to the top of 4. Lefty Williams. Will be leading off against Jack Taylor. Williams 6-8, and that'll be a weak fly ball to center field. Easy play for Slagle. Charges in, makes it 1 away. Eddie Collins. Cocky Eddie Collins, 6-4, and that is a double for Collins, a double to right center. He is on second base, 1 away. Bucky Weaver. 5-8, pops it up to short. Hoffman makes the grab. Easy work of the pop out. That is 2 away. Brings us to Shoeless Joe, man on second. 2 outs, top of the 4th, 5-9. Pops it up behind first. Chance underneath it. Makes the play. Ends the inning. We go to the bottom of 4. White Sox are still up by a 3-run lead. Gandil will lead off the next inning for the White Sox, followed by Leibold and Felsch. But Lefty Williams takes the mound. And Harry Steinfeld, third baseman, third in the order, is going to be leading off against Lefty Williams. There's the pitch from Williams, 3-5, and that is a lead-off double by Steinfeld. Cubs get someone in striking distance right from the word jump. Frank Schultz, Lefty Williams, the pitch. 5-5 fly ball to center field. That is an out, but it is deep enough. Steinfeld's able to make it to third. All right, Jimmy Sheckard, man 90 feet away. Get another run back. Lefty Williams. 262. Yeah, just pitch to him. No need to call in, field in. 1-7 unless there's a single. RBI single, Jimmy Sheckard. Cubs get 1 back. 1 out, bottom of the 4th. Johnny Kling, man on first, 2-9. Doubles up on Sheckard going to second. 6-4-3 ends the inning, but the Cubbies get 1 more back. They're plugging away at that lead little by little. The White Sox let them stay in this game. They may just well come back and even the series. Before the White Sox, well, won't leave town because they're in Chicago too. Chick Gandil. We'll go to the chat here shortly, guys. Do a little catching up. 4-2. A walk for Gandil to lead off the top of the 5th. Nemo Leibold. 5-9. Pops up behind first base. Frank Chance underneath that for 1 away. Hap Felsch. 3-2. Fly ball to right. Gandil holds. It's 2 away. Ray Schalk. 1-6. Grounder to third. That is it right there. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We'll get everything ready. And we'll hit the chat for a minute. I'll keep it moving along, but also want everybody watching the video later to see exactly what kind of a little community we've got going on here. Now, you guys don't be insulting me and saying stuff about the dresses I wear, all right? Geez. Wildfire Schulte. I got to remember that one then. Wildfire and Schulte. I got to remember that. So Jerry plugging right along. Al Red Sox fan was in the room. Thank you very much, sir, for coming. Good friend. BJ Wanlin. Yes, I love pitchers that go the distance. Definitely, I do. Stephen Conrad. Great to have you in the chat, young man. Really great to have you. Boomity, boomity, boom. That pretty much covers everybody, I think. Yeah. No, it's just a great day for baseball. It's a great day for strat-o-matic. It's a great day for payoff pitch. Great day for roster card, International Baseball League, Pine Tar, History Maker. Whatever brand you play, it's a great day for dice and cards on the tabletop. Always is. This is the best playing platform that has ever been created. Right here. This is the best playing platform that has ever been created, the tabletop. In my opinion. All right, here we go. Jimmy Slagle, center fielder, leading off, bottom of the fifth, 4-10, and that will be a double. Cubs are working on this lead. Lefty Williams is letting them hang around. Solly Hoffman. Let's mark that as a double. Solly Hoffman is going to drop this one. And did it horribly. Pops up to the first baseman. That could have been worse. One away. They still have Slagle at second. Well, Taylor's going to lay down the bunt. And he's going to be successful. Charged up by Williams. Williams, no chance to go to third. He goes to first. Gandil gets him to Collins covering. 1-4 sack. 2 outs. Man on third. And all Johnny Evers has to do is get a base hit. 5-7 grounder to second. Collins is a 1 with a 9. Scoops it up over to Chick Gandil. Out number 3. Nothing doing for the Cubs. Bottom of the fifth. Let's see. At the top of the sixth inning, Jack Taylor on the hill for the Cubs. Pitching, well, with the exception of that one horrible first inning, pitching a pretty decent game, actually. Swede Risberg, 8th in the order, shortstop, leading off the inning. 5-12, grounder to short. Hoffman's a 4 with an 11, and that'll be over to Chance for out number 1. Lefty Williams at the plate. 5-3, ground ball first. Chance is a 1 with a 3, and he trots over to the bag and forces Williams for out number 2. Eddie Collins. Cocky Collins, 3-8, single, 1-16. Nope, lines out hard to Johnny Evers. Out number 3. So we're going to go to the bottom of the sixth. The Cubs have narrowed the lead over the past few innings from 4-0 to 4-2. Lefty Williams on the mound, on the hill for the White Sox. In command of the game, but we are going through the heart of the order for the Cubs. Frank Chance, first baseman, leading off, bottom of the sixth. 5. Center will be Felsch with a 1. A 20, roll it again. 17, and he gets the breadbasket catch in front of his hips, no problem. Tosses it into the infield, 1 away. Harry Steinfeld, third baseman. 6-4, and Steinfeld looking at a slider outside of the zone. Yeah, I'm just saying slider outside of the zone. Whatever. Stephen Conrad said it. I can say it. Loved that line, Stephen. Really did. It was awesome. Wildcat Schulte. 2 outs. 2-6. Wildcat Schulte with a single. Being very productive in this baseball game for the Cubs. Jimmy Sheckard, left fielder. Probably likes it. I'm calling him by his name correctly. Right field X is going to be Liebold with a 2-6. Liebold makes the catch to end the inning. So we're going to go to the top of the seventh. The White Sox have a 2-run lead. Jack Taylor on the hill for the Cubs. Bucky Weaver, third baseman, second in the order, leading the inning off. That was a 10. 6-5. And that 10 is a single. Leadoff single for Bucky Weaver. Shoeless Joe. Hey there, Joe. What do you know? 4-8. And that's a single for Joe Jackson. 1 star. Weaver gets the second. Men at first and second. Chip Gandil, 290 batter in 1919. And he's going to swing away at Taylor's pitch. 5-7 grounder to second. Evers is a 1. This ain't pretty. Roll again. A 9. And that's going to be a double play ball. Weaver gets to third, but they double up on Jackson. 4-6-3. Weaver's 90 feet away. Nemo Liebold comes to the plate. Drew Walker's first time up, scored a run in that huge first inning. Grounded to short, popped to first. Grounded to second, rather. 4-6 with 2 outs. Pops it up to second. And that's the end of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th. At the old ball game. Lefty Williams on the hill. The old guard. Lefty Williams, one of 2 players on the White Sox team that played baseball for Delaware in 1918. I've told that story before. Johnny Kling, 1-6 catcher. Leads off the bottom of the 7th with a single against Williams. Jimmy Slagle, 3-7, grounds to short to double up on him. 6-4-3. Sully Hoffman, 2 outs. Lefty Williams, the pitch, 5-3, back to the box. Williams is a 2 with an 18. He scoops it up over to Gandil, out number 3. We go to the top of the 8th. White Sox holding on to that 2-run lead. Lefty Williams is going well. Jack Taylor facing Hap Felsch. 6-7, fly to left for 1 away. Ray Schalk, 2-5, draws a walk. Schalk, a walk for Schalk. Swede Risberg, 256, is going to lay it down to get Schalk. No, he's going to swing away. He's going to swing away. 5-10, fly ball to center. That'll be out number 2. Jack Taylor facing Lefty Williams. Forgive me. 2-7, strikeout. Ends the White Sox at bat in the 8th inning. We go to the bottom of the bracket. Lefty Williams is staying in the game just as Jack Taylor is. They are going batter for batter. Start to get in trouble. We'll have to play it by ear. Jack Taylor, though, you really need offense. Taylor is going to be pinch hit for. So give me a moment to fix that. He went 8 innings. Let me find a pinch hitter and let me find a relief pitcher. Relief pitcher is going to be Orval overall when it comes to it. Batter is going to be Pat Moran, backup catcher. Overall, Moran is a pinch hitter, 10C. And he won't go any further than that. Here we go, Lefty Williams facing Pat Moran, bottom of the 8th, 4-11, grounder to short. Risberg is a 2 with an 11. Makes the play to Gandil for out number 1. Johnny Evers, second baseman. 2-4, pops out to second base, 2 away. Lefty Williams still going strong. Frank Chance, 3-7, draws a walk. Extends the inning. Harry Steinfeld, 2 outs. Lefty Williams, 5-8, pops up to second. Collins gets underneath it, makes the catch. That is the end of the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Your score, the Chicago White Sox of 1919, 4 runs. The Chicago Cubs of 1906, 2 runs. All the offense for the White Sox happened in the first inning. Let's recap quickly. First inning, Collins flew to right to lead off, and then a single for Weaver, walk for Shoeless Joe, a sacrifice bunt by Gandil moved them to second and third. Liebold walked in line behind. Felsch was walked and walked in a run, and then Schalk, 2 RBI single. Risberg, 1 RBI single, and Lefty Williams grounded to short to end the inning. Bottom of the 2nd, Wildcat Schulte, leadoff home run, solo shot. And the bottom of the 4th, Harry Steinfeld led off with a double. Schulte flew out to center field, and Sheckard followed up with an RBI single. And there we are, 4-2, top of the 9th. Eddie Collins, we come back to the top, facing Orval overall. 4, 7 strikeout. That's one away. Bucky Weaver. 1, 4 pops up to Chance. That is out number 2. Shoeless Joe Jackson. 5, 7 strikeout. And overall gets him through the 9th. Now it is up to the bat. And our leadoff batter is going to be Wildcat Schulte. Lefty Williams on the mound is going to see it through for the White Sox. Presumably. But yeah, they're keeping an eye on him. Kid Gleason is like not going to let him get us in trouble. Frank Schulte. 2, 7. Oh, he catches a skinny single split with a 1. Leads off with a base hit. How far do you let Williams go? They're going to hold Schulte, which drops him to a 111 stealing second. No, Jimmy Sheckard to 262. He's going to lay down the bunt. Oh, goodness. Sheckard. Hit and run. That's a 7. And that is a batter misses pitch. Roll the D20. He was being held. 111. And he makes it. Sheckard swinging away. 6-9 with a single. You know what that means. 116. Schulte's coming home with a 1. It's a 4-3 ball game, no outs, bottom of the 9th, and that's going to be it for Lefty Williams. Yeah, Kid Gleason's like, nah, get him out of there. Get him out of there. 8 innings. Oh, who's going to come in? Loudermilk, Faber, Bill James. Not with this on the line. Not like this. Erskine Meyer. Oh, Lord. 8.25 ERA. Heck no! Oh, we are looking at Grover Loudermilk. All he has to do is get 2 more outs. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. Johnny Kling, man on first. 1-run game, no outs. 4-2 fly to right will be Liebold with a 2, a 13, and that will be an out. Runners hold. Shallow enough. Nothing going. Sheckard stays on first. Jimmy Schlegel facing Loudermilk. 3-3 grounder to third. That will get Sheckard going to second. Fielder's choice for Jimmy Schlegel. 2 outs, and that brings us to Solly Hoffman. They're going to look, but I think he's just about as good as anything else we've got. IDJ in the house. What's going on, brother? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, go milk. Got milk? Chicago does. Got milk? Don't worry, IDJ. The Cubs are getting ready to get swept in 2 games. Hope that makes you feel better. No, I do believe they're going to stick with Hoffman. They don't really have anybody else any better on the bench. 2 outs. Run already scored. Bottom of the 9th. Your score 4-3. Chicago White Sox. Grover Loudermilk on in relief. Looks into shock. Gets the signal. Looking over to first to hold Schlegel close to the base. Solly Hoffman takes a couple of warm-up clips. Here's the windup. The pitch. 3-10. Hard ground ball hits the Swede Risberg. He gets it over to Chick Gandil. Out number 3. Game is over. White Sox win 2 in a row off the Cubs. Your final score. Chicago White Sox 4. Chicago Cubs 3. 4-3 win for Williams, save for Loudermilk, loss for Taylor. Yep. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, so that we know the out was attributed to Loudermilk. Boom. There it is. Let's go ahead and see some stats there, shall we, folks? And we'll put this one in the bag. Eddie Collins, 2 for 5, double, strikeout. Bucky Weaver, 2 for 5. Shoeless Joe, 1 for 3. Run scored, strikeout, walk. Chick Gandil, 0 for 2. Sack hit and a walk. Nemo Leibold, 0 for 3. Run scored and a walk. Hap Felsch, 0 for 3. Run scored, run batted in and a walk. Ray Schalk, 1 for 3. 2 runs batted in, walk. Swede Risberg, 1 for 4. 1 run batted in. Lefty Williams, 0 for 4, strikeout. So that is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits for the White Sox. 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Johnny Evers, 0 for 4. Frank Chance, 0 for 3, 1 walk. Steinfeld, 1 for 4, run scored, double, strikeout. Wildcat Schulte, 3 for 4 in a losing effort. 2 runs, 1 run batted in, home run, stolen base. Jimmy Sheckard, 2 for 4. 2 runs batted in. Johnny Kling, 1 for 4. Jimmy Schlegel, 1 for 4 with a double. Sully Hoffman, 1 for 4. Jack Taylor, 0 for 0. 2 sacrifice hits. Unfortunately, no runs resulted. Pat Moran, backup catcher, 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits for the Cubs. 3 runs on 8 hits. Who are you guys? Oh, Wildfire? Yeah, okay. It's Wild something. I'll start calling him Wild Man or Wild Hippie or Wild Oats and Honey. I don't know. Wildfire. I'm going to write that on his card because that's what I do with these cards so I can remember stuff. So let's find Frank Schulte, Wildfire. And I really need to do the same for Eddie Collins. Cocky. Adds to it. Yeah, I got handwriting on my cards. I'm not worried about selling them for money. I want to be able to use them and have that stuff right there. Yeah, I know I'm funny. I don't need you to tell me that, Jerry. I'm really funny. I'm one of the funniest guys I know, I think. Let's get the pitchers going. But, yeah, guys, get thinking about player of the game here. Lefty Williams. Well, let's do Loudermilk. He's easy. All zeros. Which means Williams gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. 1 was a homer. He struck out 1 and walked 1. So there's Lefty Williams' line. 8 innings with the win, 8 hits, given up 3 runs, 3 earned, struck out 1, walked 1, 1 homer. Let's look at Jack Taylor. And I'm going to tell you, looking at Wildfire Schulte, got it, Jerry. I'm zeroed in on it. Oh, I love the old nicknames, too. It's not totally out of the realm of possibility to have a player of the game for the losing team. Just saying. 2 strikeouts for overall in the final inning. A perfect final inning, which means Taylor gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, all of them in the first inning. Struck out 1, 2, 3, struck out 1 batter, walked 6. Yuck. So what are you thinking, guys? Player of the game. I'm still... I don't know. There's nobody to dethrone Lefty Williams. There's no one to take that away from him. So I'll give it a few seconds See what you guys think, but I'm thinking Lefty Williams on this one. I really am. Hate to say it. Wildfire, he did very well. Schulte did very well. There's no clear cut for Chicago, and Wildfire had a heck of a game. Yeah, I'm good with it. I'm good with that. I am. I really am. Player of the game. I think that's the first time you guys have voted for a player of the game for the losing team, but I don't have a problem with that. He had a wonderful performance. Guys, it has been great spending the evening with you. One more channel to check out. Popped in late, ID Jester. Check out his channel. He's got a lot of great computerized cards and dice replays. International Baseball League, which, by the way, ID Jester, just so you know, I'm going to get around to it. Y'all making me do stuff I don't want to do, like melt my brain with new baseball games. Oh, no, it's all good. Check out his channel. He's got some great stuff, some RPG and everything, a lot of computer games, simulations. ID Jester. Check him out, a great guy. Guys, everybody, thank you for coming on to the channel tonight. Well, I'm going to be learning it. I'm going to be learning it. I haven't started yet because I'm still working with the payoff pitch. The roster card is there if I ever feel like dragging it out because I want something else to do. I've got 2 strat projects going. I'm thinking of expanding the payoff pitch Joe Niekro replay. I have to think about if I'm expanding it or if I've got a second one to tail right on the end of it. Anyway, look for the announcement for a Q&A meet and greet video, a live stream perhaps sometime next weekend, Friday night, Saturday night maybe, whenever nobody is streaming. And guys, this is Chris, strat-o-matic Delaware, saying have a beautiful weekend. Guys, take care. Thank you for coming in the chat and spending some of your evening with me. It's good to see you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe.